this is a presentation on cards that were once bad, but no longer. Of course, I want to start with Spectral Pillager. Yes, Spectral Pillager is currently bad, I have to admit that. But originally, the version that we had come out. It was very weak during March of the Lich King. It was weak for a long time. Then we eventually got a lot of support in Spirit of the Shark and Scab's Cover Butter, the Det and Tenwu to bounce Spectral Pillager over and over again, and the deck became very good. It was very good for a long time until March 2023, where the deck was seemingly nerfed for no reason. It was mainly nerfed due to player sentiment, which is something that Blizzard likes to throw around a lot, which a lot of the time does not make sense because this deck would kill you on maybe turn 5 or 6 as commonly as possible, and it did not last as long as something like Mind Rogue did. Mind Rogue lasted significantly longer, and Mind Rogue would kill you on 3 or 4. I don't believe this deck should have been nerfed. I think in today's game it would be completely fair, and there's no reason that we shouldn't have it now. Of course, we have to talk about Open the Waygate. Open the Waygate, when it first came out, was pretty bad. It actually saw not very much play for a long time. It eventually got better and better and better. You had the Flame Wakers, you had the Giants, you had Parrot, which really skyrocketed the deck, and then Rawmath was what eventually got it nerfed, and this deck was so degenerate. I already made a video on it, so I won't go into much more, but it is a card that was very bad on release. Then you have Totemic Might. For a long time, Totemic Might was pretty much unplayable. Even when Even Shaman first came out in Witchwood, you wouldn't really play Totemic Might in the deck. It didn't really happen until you had cards like Surge, Carving Chisel, Stonewright, Anchor Totem, where it became so significantly better, and it got so much support over the years that Even Shaman has become obviously one of the best decks in the game. It ins and outs of the meta, and it's very powerful. I think that Totemic Might is easily one of the best cards in the entire format because 0 mana plus 10 health, plus 8 health, plus 14 health of those, anything like that is way too strong to give an aggro deck that floods its boards as fast and efficiently as Even Shaman. Shadow Bomber. Shadow Bomber does absolutely nuclear damage to your opponent. It is a 1 mana 3/1, deal 3 to your opponent. Your health doesn't matter. Initially was a 2/1, but it got buffed in Caverns of Time. The card did not really see play until United in Stormwind, when, of course, the Shadow Priest cards were printed, and man, did it really skyrocket in power level from then. This is easily the most damaging 1 mana minion in the entire game, and it's kind of crazy this card was buffed to begin with. Then, of course, the card everyone's talking about currently is Huaran. Huaran has now made Huaran Hunter, and people are somehow complaining about this deck that just builds a big board on turn 6 and 7. It sometimes has Rhino main deck. Not good decks don't run Rhino main deck because of the consistency issue, but the deck is quite good currently, and I believe that this is a good direction for Hunter in Wild. It's very fun. It gives Hunter an actual Wild power level deck for once, and I don't understand why people are complaining about it personally. Of course, the card that really made it possible was Mystery Egg, a card that people actually also wrote off as well, myself included, and then somehow this interaction went under the radar for a lot of players, and it only really propped up starting about in May 2024. In conclusion, I think it is great when old cards become viable in some way. This is why Wild is a better format than Standard, in my opinion. And honestly, it's really nice. Old dogs can learn new tricks. If you enjoy, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think about bad cards that you want to see become good down below. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
All right, repeat after me.
Subscribe.